Hello my darlings and welcome to the Paris Fashion Week vlog. For those of you who know me already, welcome back. For those of you who don't, I'm Pia and I'm your host for all things luxury. On today's vlog, I'm going to be taking you around a couple of days in Paris for Paris Fashion Week. We've kicked off Fashion Week with a visit of the avant-première of the opening of the presentation of Azzedine Alaïa, couturier collectionneur. This was absolutely sublime. I'll be inserting the pictures in here, but basically we had a look at all of the designers that across his life he collected items from, particularly dresses, a little bit of coats, little bit of trousers and suits, but mainly dresses, which he drew inspiration from, admiration towards. I went to that presentation in conjunction with Stylist magazine. As you know, I collaborate with this magazine quite a lot and I felt so lucky to be able to look at the lovely gowns and dresses in there. It was like having a little walk down memory lane, some really exquisite pieces. You could see he had obviously a personal taste within each artist or couturier would design. If you are in Paris on these dates, I highly recommend you take a visit to it because it was absolutely exquisite and it's a true walk down memory lane through the giants, and it's just nourishment to the soul. When you're somebody that appreciates fashion and craftsmanship, you're going to really enjoy this one. As many of you know, I'm a personal stylist and personal shopper here in Paris, and so it was a little bit hard for me, unfortunately, to catch up with the shows this year, but I did have quite a bit of people to be dressing, lives to be doing for private clients, and so my life was basically just running around from morning to night. However, I did make a moment to go and have a look at the Alexis Mabille collection presentation. Come with me to discover the new spring-summer collection from Alexis Mabille.
Essentials, the evening essentials. That means like it's all the pieces you need in a wardrobe, having an evening piece in your wardrobe. Timeless, effortless chic, easy to wear, comfy. All the fabrics are rolling on the body but not complicated without jupon. It's the sensuality of the crepe on the body. So it's when I do the collection, it's all about sleeking the body to make the beauty, empowering the dress. So there is no just a type of girl in this collection. It's for everyone. It's all the way you wear it with Doc Martens or with very fancy jewelry or with very classic. You can be either conservative or either super fun. And I mean, I don't want to say conservative people are not fun, but I mean like you can play with it. And it's all about this collection to be like when I say essentials, it means like the best evening basic in your wardrobe that I reinvent every season.
Thank you. Very obviously, I instantly fell in love with the shirt dress in navy. I found that gown absolutely exquisite, and he was the loveliest to have met. I had been to his presentations before, however, I had never met him in person, and I was very glad I got to meet him, got to do a little bit of a piece here for you guys. He very kindly agreed to start next to his navy gown, which I told him I had adored. There was also the most exquisite piece in green, and absolutely everything he makes is just, I find his designs to have they're like the perfect recipe of elegance and femininity while still being a little bit sensual but never showing too much, which is something I personally adore. I think his pieces are absolutely timeless. A piece of his is just as relevant today as it will be in 20 years as it would have been 20 years ago, which is something I personally love about this type of fashion. Across a couple of the different pieces, we're able to appreciate the bow, which is something that he's kind of appropriated as the symbol of his eponymous house. And I think he's the reference in terms of designers when it comes to have reintroduced the bow as something that has become timeless, and it's not just liaised to maybe someone in the countryside or something a little bit more bucolic. He really has made this a piece that adds femininity and timelessness to his designs. Obviously the collection speaks for itself, so I'm gonna let me know on the comments down below which one was your favorite piece. When it comes to niche perfumes, we also visited the launch of Bleu Imperial. It's one of the newest perfumes, or the newest launch actually, by Cherigan in Paris. Now Cherigan is a brand that was founded in 1929. However, you might not have heard of it because they were a niche perfume brand à l'époque. Many of the brands we know today, or some of the perfumes we know today, are inspired in perfumes that they used to make. For a while, the brand was asleep, and now there's this couple that's been working in the perfume industry for about 20 years that rebought them and is remaking some of their vintage iconic perfumes, like for example Bleu Imperial or Fleur de Tabac, which I tasted both and they're absolutely exquisite. And then they're also launching a line of contemporary perfumes. Now what's really lovely about this brand is that everything they do will be an extrait de parfum, which is basically the real parfum. There won't be no diluting in it, and 99% of the perfumes are actually made with natural ingredients, which is also another side to adding on this whole luxury side of the perfume. One of the things I really liked about what they proposed for this Bleu Imperial launch or relaunch is the fact that it is made in a limited edition style. There's a limited series of the little bottles for Bleu Imperial. However, if you have purchased one of those bottles, it will come with a QR code. That way they can identify that you were one of the original purchasers of the limited edition piece, and you'll be able to get refilled. However, if you didn't get your hands on one of those bottles, the offer will be off the table. I think that's a really lovely way to have done a limited edition, or it's like a semi-limited edition, since personally I used to wear a limited edition of Opium by Yves Saint Laurent when I was about 15, and I wore it until 17 years old because I kept on finding some of them here and there. However, once I couldn't find it anymore, it was done. And now every time I come back to that scent with a memory or something like that, I'm like, oh, I wish I could have had it. Anyway, I'm certain I'll have it remade one day. For the time being, it would have been lovely to have the QR code thing, wouldn't it? All right, you guys, I'm gonna have to let you go because I need to go ahead and put on my personal stylist hat and go pick up some things for my clients. I'm also going to go catch a train after, spend the weekend in Deauville with my husband because I really need to calm down from the crazy hecticity of this Paris Fashion Week. And then I'm coming back to Paris on Monday because I'm taking you to a live magazine show organized by Hennessy. So won't tell you anything else. I'll see you in a couple of days.